Podcast. I, as always, am your co host, Brian, and this morning I'm your only co host because we're doing a morning for me show because our guests are in Greece. So, joining us from Athens, Greece is John and Demetrius, or in more accurately, John and Jim, or Giannis and Dimitris Maslas from Athens, Greece. Hello, gentlemen.
Hello, do you do?
Hi.
Hi, how are you guys? Wait, what time is it there? Is it like 2 or 3 in the afternoon, if I'm remembering correctly?
It's actually four.
Oh, okay. Wow. You're many hours ahead. Folks, if you're listening to this in the future, when we have overseas guests on for us, we do a morning show. But since both Hunter and Jim now have new work situations, it's just going to be me when we do these, as far as I know. So we are here to talk about your fan made. What do you call it? It's not only a game. It's like a love letter slash homage. Um, it's many things, and
Well,
but
for us, it's a game.
it is. It's really more than a game. It really is a love letter. We're talking about Wing Commander Flat Universe, which is a free, let's say brotherly made, fan made, top down space combat game set in the Wing Commander universe. Basically around, what would you say? It's around Wing Commander 2 ish, 3 ish?
No, it's actually after Wing Commander 4.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, before
Oh, okay.
Prophecy.
Oh, okay.
Which the,
Because the fighters I was noticing in the beta here in the demo that I was able to play. Look, there's the Hornet, and there's a couple others, and they look like they're around Wing Commander 2, the Wing Commander 2 or 3 era, if I remember
actually, they're
correctly.
Wing Commander 1 right now, but it
Oh.
doesn't matter because we're going to add as many as possible as we can.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, that's amazing. So this takes place after Wing Commander. Well, that's actually probably a great idea because then you can like deal with the immediate aftermath of the fall of the Karathi and the end of the war, but
Yeah, yeah, and
before
take
all the crap.
advantage.
Because there's a
Yeah,
huge gap there. There's a huge gap between four and prophecy that
exactly,
that we
exactly.
really that's I guess ripe for the picking. Really, So how long have you guys been working on this? And what was the impetus to get it started?
Uh, okay, we've been working for since 2013. Uh, first of all, we got playing ASCII sector. I think you made a review of that sometime before.
Oh yeah, ASCII sector. That's good
Yeah,
stuff. Yeah.
yeah, very cool project. At some point, Jim says, "Well, okay, can we make something similar? With full color graphics and stuff. No ASCII thing." He started on his own free time for a couple of months. Then I got interested. I got aboard. Yeah, the thing got rolling.
So about 3 years. That's pretty awesome. And you guys do this in your spare time? This is not a full time thing.
More spend than you can imagine.
Say again?
Yeah, only the minimum time we have free. That's
No,
all we
no,
do.
that's totally
Yeah.
fair. Because some people, I mean, I don't know if you've noticed, but it's hard to set up expectations for things like this. And like some people expect things done now, and some people understand that things take time. So I think if you're clear that that you do this in your spare time and everything, people are like, oh, okay, it's gonna take some time then. You know what I mean? 'Cause-
Yes, of course we like to put targets, just to keep on some kind of plan, because else
Right.
the project might vanish at some point, and
Right,
we
of
don't want that.
course. Of course, having personal deadlines and stuff is excellent. But what I'm saying is like I've noticed a lot of people have issues with expectations, especially when they think people work on things full time when they're not, and things like that. So it's good that people know that you're working on this part time, but you do have goals that you want to hit.
Actually, we did clear this matter in the start when we made the teaser trailer, and we had in the end a line that it was saying coming sooner or later.
No. I'm saying that's good. I'm saying that's good that people understand that because I've noticed that a lot of people don't, and not all devs are very clear where they work on something full time, whether they're working at part time, whether it'll be done in a year, whether it'll be done when it's done. So setting that up.
Yeah, it's exactly when it's done.
Yeah, exactly. So setting that up from the get go is excellent. Because that's what I'm saying. Because you guys did a good job. Because like
Good, thank you.
games take a long time, and when you said 3 years, I'm like, that's fine, and if it takes 2 or 3 more, so be it, I mean, there's other things to play while we wait, and we can play the betas as you make them,
Yeah.
So that's great. So there's 3 years behind this. What engine are you guys running this in?
We're actually working at the moment. Well, the project started with a custom engine based on Gosu, but we ended up using Unity when we got our ambitions up.
Okay. So since it's on Unity, are you planning to do this on multiple platforms, or is this just going to be PC primarily?
Actually, right now it works on Windows, Linux, and Mac OS.
Oh,
But
does it? Okay.
yeah, of course. But no gaming consoles or mobile phones yet. Probably we had several legal problems with that also.
That's probably fair. I did notice it's got really good gamepad support. Like even I was playing it last night and I plugged in a gamepad while it was running. Like not even like I hate doing that, but I just wanted to test it. And the game picked it right up. Didn't have any problem. Like going from keyboard to gamepad.
Good. We tested it with joysticks also.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't tested with the joystick yet, but I went back and forth from gamepad to keyboard very easily. No,
I always prefer the keyboard in this project.
oh no, I do too. I just wanted to test it out because I kept getting killed, as you guys can see on the stream. So I'm like, maybe I'll do better with a gamepad. And no.
Don't worry, it's not your fault.
I know. We were talking about that a little bit before the stream.
I usually win in this game. My brother doesn't. Actually, I create the controls, so it's my part, so I know it better. So I usually win on this game.
Yes, Hunter. I'm watching the YouTube chat channel. Yes, Hunter. I died about at least half a dozen times in this video, at least, because I think I'm at least 5 or 6 times. Because damn, those turrets do not mess around. They will just fillet you. So let's go back a little further. Did you guys play Wing Commander? I don't know what your ages are. Did you guys play Wing Commander when they were out in the 90s?
Well, we are 30s. Well, I'm closely to 40 now. My brother is around 30. Yeah.
So you probably did. Okay, so
I'm the cute young one.
Well, anyhow, we got our first Wing Commander game through an exhibition here, computer stuff. And lucky for us, a couple of years later, our dad just opened a computer shop. It was like having heaven on earth. All games available at your disposal any day, any time of the year.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, cool. Plus, any game we might want. It was on the shelf waiting to be sold to somebody. Why not us? So actually, well, when we opened our first Wing Commander box, we got hooked. I don't know if you ever played that. If you got a box, actually,
it
had all these wonderful blueprints and the magazine-style book.
Oh God,
everything.
I miss those days with all the tchotchkes and the extra stuff in the box. Those big,
exactly.
Those big heavy boxes. Yeah,
exactly. We got hooked. And actually, we've got all these boxes right here. Not only Wing Commander boxes, X-Wing Alliance, TIE Fighter, all this stuff.
Oh, that's awesome! I'm jealous. I wish I had room for all those old boxes. I had to get rid of them ages ago.
Yeah, but most people do. Well, we kept them along
Oh.
with our Commodore 64 Amstrad CPC.
Nice.
We are very 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 interested in creating something like a museum, a digital one, let's say, in the web, that we will somehow show everything that we have collected all those years and show it to the people, but we don't
Oh.
know when and how.
Oh, well, you got a game to finish first, I guess.
Exactly.
Yeah, it goes first.
But so it's clear you guys not only have played all the Wing Commander games, but you clearly love them because like what I love is from the very first moment you launch Flat Universe, you get the little orchestra,
Yeah.
and I'm like, when I first saw that, I'm like, oh shit. Excuse me, I'm trying to curse less, but I'm like, oh god, these guys really love Wing Commander. This is obvious. I mean, because not only that that gave me chills. I'm just gonna tell you that gave me chills in a good way.
It gave me chills when I was young and I just first saw the VGA graphics of Wing Commander 1.
Oh, I know, right?
And we wanted to pass this feeling to the people. I mean, we do love Wing Commander.
Right, and I would say you succeeded. As someone who's played all the Wing
Thank you
Commander
very
games,
much.
as someone who loves all of them, I would say you've succeeded because that and the fireworks with the engine thing and everything. I was like, damn, these guys made it work. And you guys, one thing I love is, are you guys using the actual music from the games, or did you like recreate very very similar music from the games?
Very interesting question. When we started using bits and pieces we could get from the internet,
Okay.
which are from the game itself. We had a friendly group here recompose the input, the orchestra thing. They did it from scratch, but actually it's the same piece of music. And then just a couple of months ago, we got a brand new member. His name is Corey. He's currently at work, so he couldn't attend, or he will be here. He works somewhere, if I'm not wrong, upstate New York or something.
Oh, okay.
Okay, he's a musician, and somehow he's connected with the original guys that made the music for Wing Commander 1.
Wow.
Yeah, it's called the Fat Team. The
fat,
guys.
yeah, the Fat Man. Yeah. He's still making. That guy's still making. That guy's still making music. That guy's still around.
Yeah, actually, they're amazing. So two guys he has a connection with: Joe Sanger, who's the Fat Man, and David Govet. He not only Corey got into the project and worked like he was a member all along. He had everything almost planned, like we wanted him to have them. He also managed to get approval from those guys to reimagine their music.
Oh my god.
Yep. We got also a promise by Govet himself, who right now is working on the new Master of Orion, the reboot.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, that he might himself make a reboot of the main theme.
Oh.
Let's see.
And that is heard,
Fingers crossed.
that is official for the first time, actually. We have to say that.
Oh, congratulations. Yeah, I remember.
Thank you.
I think I got an ad-lib card just for Wing Commander, the first one. I think.
Yeah, exactly.
Because the music for that game at the time was fucking mind-blowing. And so you hear that again, and all of a sudden I'm 16 again. And you're like, oh my god, this is amazing.
So now we know how old you are.
Yeah. I'm just hitting my mid-40s. Yeah. But yeah, you guys, I mean, even in the first moments, before you even play the damn game, you're just capturing all this iconic, nostalgic stuff from
Well, that's the point. We were trying to actually get the feeling right, first and foremost.
Oh yeah. Oh, no question. Oh my god. Guys, if you haven't even played this yet, it's like free. You guys got to try it out. I'm not even kidding. It's like if you played the original Wing Commanders, next thing you know, you'll be in mentally you'll be in front of your 286 going woo, you know, because this takes you back. This takes you back in the best
Brian,
possible
would
way.
you like to work for us for promotion or thing? We're really bad with social media and stuff. But
Well, that's
the
kind
whole
of
advertising thing.
that's kind of what this is all about. I mean, this is to help
Yeah,
promote
I
your
could vote for that.
Have you guys, Hunter? Actually, Hunter's one of the co-hosts, but he has to work, so he's like watching from YouTube. Hi, Hunter. But Hunter was wondering if you guys have actually had any contact with Chris Roberts about.
None whatsoever. But he's
Okay.
kind of busy, at the moment.
Yeah, I heard he's running a small project out there.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Hunter brings up a good point. You guys should go to the Space Game Junkie Facebook group at the very least and sign up and post updates there.
Okay, will do.
Yeah, that's a
Sure,
good
thank
point.
you.
Thanks, Hunter. Thanks for bringing that up. But so you guys have been working on this for 3 years, and there's already several training missions in there. No real AI, clearly, except for the turrets that shoot back at you. There's a little bit of AI. But how much content are you guys actually planning for this thing?
Well, we have a problem. We get sometimes overly ambitious.
Well,
Pick a number from 900 to 1,000.
Is that a problem for us? I don't think it's a problem for us fans.
No, but it is for us.
It's a problem for my wife.
Oh no. So, how often would you say you guys work on this? Maybe a little bit a week, maybe a bit a month, just out of curiosity.
Well, yeah, we started strong. Last year was a mess. I don't know if you had any news there. We had some serious problems here in Greece, and we still have plenty of those.
Yeah, of course, absolutely. Yeah, no, it's hard not to. It's if you listen to any news anywhere, it's hard not to hear about the troubles in Greece. But
Just imagine the picture that a chaos is in Greece and two guys out there are writing a free fun game.
oh man.
Anyway, this got our projects a little bit back. Well, actually, recently we relocated our everyday business, and we managed to squeeze some area here to make a studio. Hoping
nice.
Actually, and we're hoping to regulate now, work on that project once a week, steady.
Oh, very nice. Now, what is your, if I out of curiosity, what is your everyday business?
We are IT guys, servers, stuff, service, computer service, that kind of stuff.
Oh, so there's always a need for that, I suppose. So that's
yeah, if you've got people who can pay.
it sounds like you guys are weathering the crisis over there decently. I would say. I mean, it sounds like you're working and you're surviving. Which it sounds like there's a huge there's huge unemployment over there. It's from what I understand.
It is officially it's something like 30%, but unofficially it's way up.
Oh my god, that's crazy. So is there like let me sidetrack from the game for a bit. Is there a problem? What kind of problems does that kind of unemployment cause over there? Are there a lot of homeless people?
Actually, no, not yet.
Okay.
But you see things that used to be easy for everyone. Right now, it's difficult. From what I get outside, what you see is the cars moving around are getting older and older and older. People are started to buy half the stuff they would buy from the supermarket or whatever.
Which does
things are slowly degrading.
And everything is getting more expensive every day.
How? Wait. I mean, there's such an economic problem there, and yet so many people are out of work. How could things be getting more expensive?
Taxation.
Oh, for
The
God's
government try. Yeah, if you got taxed double well, than what
I'm
you used to do 5 years ago, you have to raise the price of your services.
I'm not against taxing people. I mean, as long as it's fair and reasonable. But this doesn't sound reasonable given the situation. So many people out of work.
Don't try to find any logic behind politics.
Have you found a way to understand women?
Uh, what?
It's exactly trying to understand politics. I mean, there is no way to understand anything about them.
That's just so confusing to me. Like, how could you tax people who are already?
To us too.
I understand the need for taxes. Government and services need to keep going, but I mean, at the same time, so many people are out of work. You got to find ways to get people back to work before you can tax them so high. I would think.
Yeah.
We think too also, but we don't make the laws here, do we?
Man, it's. I listen to NPR and stuff, and yeah, Greece comes up decently enough, and so my sympathies to you and your country. Oh my gosh.
Thank you very much.
But I am glad that you guys are doing okay, and you guys have a thriving business that seems to be doing well enough, and that you can spare the time.
We survive, which is okay.
Yeah, and,
this situation, in my way of thinking, it's a good reason for us to finish this project. Maybe some people, if they hear that Greece is in problem, maybe those guys there will have problems in the future, so they won't be able to finish this project. No, it's totally different. I mean, it's a way to show that we want to finish this thing. We want to finish this project. We want to give it to the people for free, and we love it. We want to finish it.
Oh, it's again, it's evident that you love it. I mean, I gotta say, the work you guys have done in this is what I found most I think one of the things I found most striking about your game is you took basically a 2D world, like the world of Wing Commander, with the ships and the rooms and everything, and you made it 3D, but it's still like all the rooms feel 3D. They've got depth and everything, but they still feel like the same, and they still look the same, and they still have that feel and that lighting and that kind of stark Wing Commander look to it. You guys have it's so clear that you guys have such an eye for detail.
You know, that part of the gameplay, the choice that we made to make this way the gameplay of the project of Flat Universe, it was a risk at the start, because everyone knew that they had to be inside the cockpit. They had to be in the first person. And that choice, it was a bit risky in the start. Now it seems that everyone who is playing Wing Commander is older, so an easier gameplay might be a better way to revive the spirit of Wing Commander.
Oh, there is nothing. Yeah, no. I mean, there are a lot of great top-down space games. I mean, you got Drox Operative, you got Transcendence. It's so many great top-down space games. It seems natural. It seems like a natural transition to put this in a top. I mean, there's already been a strategy game, with Armada. So why not, have a top-down version of Wing Commander? I mean, I don't see a problem with it. And you guys have just it's really awe-inspiring how much work has clearly gone into capturing the feel of Wing Commander, even though it's a top-down perspective. I mean, the cockpit, quote-unquote cockpit, it's not really a cockpit, but it's kind of a cockpit, just looks... I love how they're different. I love how they're different for each ship, too. Like I wasn't expecting.
You
that.
know that this adds work a lot of it.
Yeah, I wasn't
Actually.
expecting that. That was really great because, like, when you play in when the first person thing, you expect the cockpit to be different for each ship, you know. But when you're playing a top-down game, you don't expect the displays to be different for each ship. You expect that to be like static. So that was really nice when I switched fighters last night, and the whole display was different. I was like, oh, that's great. That's true. That's true to the game. That's true to the original. You know, it's true to the cockpit. So it's really just really impressive that you guys have captured so much of the flavor and the spirit of the original games while making it completely new. You know, I mean, did you guys play the other big Wing Commander fan project?
Wait to see the Kilrathi vehicles. Yeah, actually, we did play Saga.
Yes,
Saga.
yes.
My brother actually finished standoff and he used to rank his grades on Wing Commander news site, WC News. I don't know if you know the guys. They are actually helping us a lot.
Oh, nice. Oh, that's great.
Yeah, they are actually hosting us for the game site, and
Right.
let's say they are the unofficial promoter of our project for years. So, thank you guys.
Oh, excuse me. Right. Oh, wow. Sorry. But yeah, I mean, that was another project too, where the love of the original series and the lore and the feel of it was just clearly evident. And you guys have just done such a great job here. Now, one thing I thought was neat is when I first played the game, I didn't find that there were missions. I completely missed that somehow. So I just
I
flew,
remember that.
Yeah, so I just flew around in a shuttle, which is still kind of neat. Does that mean in the final game you're going to be able to just take a shuttle and tootle around the entire universe in the game if you want to?
Hopefully, we have some plan in. It's one of the things in our plans is that we want to make it like open-ended. I don't know if you've ever played Wing Commander Privateer.
Oh, of course, yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah, exactly, and we want to have this thing in our game
What?
eventually. Yep, we've got the open system, the engine, as you very well know, it's there. You can jump from one system to another.
Yeah. That was really fun.
So we actually have to add bases. I know it's work. As you said, yeah, it will be ready when it will be ready. If people want it, we will add it.
Oh my God! So you're talking about having like a mix of the open privateer style gameplay plus the militaristic style.
Exactly. There will be missions which will gonna be multi jump raids or multi jump strike missions or multi jump escort missions, landings on planets, and this kind of stuff.
Oh my God, this is ambitious. That's even more than I was anticipating. I was just thinking it was just going to be like straight up linear Wing Commander style stuff. I didn't really. Oh wow. Well, my excitement for this just went up about 18,000 notches. Because I'll tell you, I
Well, wait till we get there, but yeah.
Well, no, I mean, I think I loved all the Wing Commander games, but Privateer is the one I think I played the most.
Yeah, me too. It was replayable more than the others.
Oh my God, I think I put at least 100 hours into that game. And I swear, like, even after the main story was done, before Righteous Fire, obviously, even after the main story was done, I just flew around in missions and made all kinds of money and killed shit with my awesome alien gun that they fucking took away from me. Sorry.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm still bitter about that. I never played Righteous Fire because the first thing they do is take away that gun, and you never get it back.
Exactly.
And it's like, screw you guys. I'm not doing this.
Plus, half the enemies do. They do have it, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Like, how is that fair that they have it, and they have this thing, and I gotta take it away? And you know, there's not even a chance. If there was a chance to get it back, I would have kept playing. Like, if that was one of the goals is to get that gun back, I would have been like, okay, I'm on board. I want that thing back. But I heard someone told me, like, I was 2 missions in, and someone told me, oh, you don't get it back. What? Oh, I'm done. Oh no, I don't care now. I'm done with you. Fuck you. Yeah, I'm still really.
That was a spoiler.
It's a 23-year-old game. But God, I was almost as disappointed in that as I was in Privateer 2. So,
Privateer, what?
Yeah, I know, right? No, let's not talk about that. Let's not talk about the darkening. Oh, yeah. What the hell?
It wasn't a Privateer. That game wasn't a Privateer.
No one knows what the hell that was. I mean, what even was that?
Well, probably if it wasn't called Wing Commander, which wasn't supposed to.
It wasn't supposed to be. It was, yeah. It wasn't supposed to be a Privateer.
Yeah, if it would be another space game that you would play, would say, okay, it's not good. Okay, Clive Owen is cool, but yeah, who knows? And that's that.
John, the guys from Wing Commander News are going to kill us for this discussion, I guess. So, next subject.
Oh, what? Does he like the darkening?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, okay. No, I'm just gonna say it. The darkening is one of the worst piles of shit ever to grace a computer. Sure, you've got Clive Owen, you've got Christopher Walken, you've got John Hurt, you've got Jurgen Prochnow. Now.
It was many of them.
You've got an amazing cast. You still have some of the shittiest gameplay you will find in any space sim.
Period. It was the 90s problem actually. They kept giving money on movies for the games, but they never gave real attention to the gameplay or how it worked.
Wing Commander part, of course.
I mean, that's true. Like the later Wing Commander games were some of the few, I think, games that got that balance between the full motion video, like movie stuff, and the gameplay right. I thought.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, there were some others, like there were a few other games that did a decent job with it, but I mean, the Wing Commander ones really, except for obviously the darkening, got the balance between gameplay and the movie stuff absolutely right, and that's another thing that made the darkening again so disappointing. It had the Privateer name on it. It had great full motion video with great actors, and yet the rest of it was such a festering pile of donkey shit that was just such a I think if they had not put the Privateer name on it, it would have been.
Yeah, don't worry about it. It's been 20 years or so.
I know, but I'm still angry. I will always be angry. I will always be angry about the darkening. I will tell you though, Clive Owen doesn't age. I don't know what it is about him.
Yeah, exactly.
He does not fucking age. I played the darkening a few months ago, and then I watched Shoot 'Em Up a few days later. I'm like, he's the same. Exactly the same. How does he do that? It's like Paul Rudd, another actor who does not freaking like. How does Clive Owen do that? It's amazing.
Secrets from Hollywood.
Some kind of Hollywood fountain of youth, I guess. You know, I would love it if it was simple as they take care of themselves, but it can't be that simple.
No, I don't think so.
There is some kind of water I think they drink.
I'm not far from Hollywood, but they must keep it a really close secret if no one around here.
I guess so.
They must, but they don't give it to everyone. They only give it to a few people. But anyway, so getting back to your game, yeah, there was we were talking earlier. This takes place between 4 and 5, and there was there was at least a few years in game time between those two games. At least,
actually, right? Yeah, it's been I think from 2674 that is, to 2681 if I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
Between the two games, that's 7 years.
Yeah, big.
Actually,
gap.
we are more close. Well, yeah, we're close to Prophecy. We're closer to Prophecy than we are to Wing Commander 4.
Oh, okay.
But we have made our base of operations a quiet backwater base.
Oh, I was about to ask about that. So you still have Wing Commander 1 era
exactly,
fighters.
Which is supposed to be a space flight test center testing everything.
Ah, I see. That's why you still have hornets, and that's why you still have scimitars.
Exactly. And
Ah.
if I may say so, well, our main campaign would focus on that after the attack of Nephilim, we would get pirates and Kilrathi on a place that never been before.
Oh.
Because it was really backwater without any, any real action during the Kilrathi War, and you would have to fight with older fighters, new enemies, or something like that.
Very nice. Very nice. Yeah, I was about to ask about that because I'm like, how does this all, how does this all work? But that makes sense. So I'm guessing in the way the game works, you start off as like a low-level cadet, and you work your way up the ranks.
Wing Commander style,
Right.
of course.
So how does the free play stuff work into that? Can you retire? Can you like take leave and like make some money? Like what is the plan for that?
We don't have a plan for that yet.
Oh, okay.
We have to finish with the mechanics of it first.
Oh, that's
and
fair.
then-
No, that's totally fair.
Yeah, well, we have a couple of ideas, but we haven't, really fixed on them. We'll see. Probably we'll use a method of multiple campaigns. One campaign for that, being a military guy, or an open space smuggler does, pirate does, navy friendly or navy enemy
You should
kind of
all-
guy.
Or a Kilrathi.
You should also do the total like whatever the Star Citizen route they're doing is, where you start off as a military guy, and then you retire, and you retire to private life.
Yeah, it's
unquote.
an idea also. Yeah, we might do it. Well, let's get to that point, and I think we'll find a way somehow.
The whole idea in the single player game is that we have a goal to design a good editor, which is going to be also free.
Oh wow!
And that it will give you every tool that you might need to create your own campaign.
Oh wow!
Missions and campaign.
That's beautiful.
Do the structure. So we are going to create a main campaign. That's for sure. You are going to be a military in this campaign, I guess.
Right.
And after that, you never know. We might make a Kilrathi campaign. We have the concept for that, or something else, or a campaign as a pirate, let's say, or something like that.
Yeah, because you never really played as the pirates or the bad guys in Wing Commander, so that'd be kind of neat. Hunter wants to know, with a game like this, do you have any kind of license to make new lore, like new aliens or anything like that?
License from whom? No, we don't have any license. Well, we think maybe yes, maybe no, but I have a feeling that maybe that's me, of course, that Wing Commander was primarily human and Kilrathi. I don't have any complaints about Prophecy, but I don't feel like that they fit it very well with the universe. Again, it's probably my idea. So yeah, I prefer having a fight with retros and I don't know, and pirates and whatever, than getting new aliens into the mix.
Which are my personal favorites. Retros are my favorites. I mean, I love them. They are the best enemies.
Oh yeah. Now, are you guys using? So it's clear you guys have been using everything from the games, but like, have you guys read the novels and the role playing game? Have you guys read any of that stuff?
Yeah, we read the role playing game. We read the novel, some novels, so not all of them.
Right.
Yeah, we have followed. We try to follow most, fun projects just to incorporate any, not only ideas but any information they've got. We
Right.
try, to make the whole thing feel more coherent or whatever. We want the ideas from the fans, so we have an open thread in WC News, and people, they throw ideas and we try to put them in.
Okay. Very cool.
Yeah, it's supposed to appeal to all Wing Commander fans, not just to us.
Right. I'm going through the novels right now. Actually, I just started the second one, End Run. I just started reading that one, and
It's a pretty good one.
yeah. So far, I'm digging it. It's really interesting to see this universe from a completely different, non-Blair, non-privateer perspective.
Yeah, exactly.
And you will see also, you made a question in the start of our conversation about the ships and the major classes that they're from the Wing Commander 1 era. If you read the novels, you will see that during the Wing Commander 3 era, there were ships from Wing Commander 1, just like Ferret or just like Broadsword.
Right.
So there is a...
Actually, they're both Wing Commander 2 fighters, Broadsword and Ferret.
Right.
But in this universe, there are still these classes, and they are used
Well, that makes sense.
inside the novels. So it makes sense to use them also in our...
yeah, sure. I mean, look at us. We're still using 40-year-old fighter jets over here and stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Because they still work and they still do their job. So why not? Keep them running. It's like
Yeah, exactly.
like one thing I'll never understand as a side note is that they keep talking about retiring the A-10 Warthog.
Well, actually, they don't have a replacement for that. This thing is
Exactly.
a beast. They will keep it.
Exactly.
One way or another.
There is no replacement for that particular craft and what it does at all. So it's like, why even bother? It does such a great job at what it does, and we still need it.
Would you ever believe a builder which will actually go outside and say, I will retire my hammer?
Exactly. You have a great hammer that does its job. Why? I need a new hammer with new upgrade. I don't understand that sometimes. Like we're spending all this money on a plane we don't need. What? I don't know. Sorry. I love airplanes and stuff, and it just frustrates me sometimes to see all the money we're spending on a plane that is apparently a piece of crap. But that's a completely different thing. But
What's that?
the F-30, the F-35. Yeah, what a giant steaming pile that thing is. But what I'm saying is that we're still using the F-16 and the F-15 and the F-18, and they're 30 or 40 years old. So why not in the Wing Commander universe use fighters that are...
To be fair with the Wing Commander universe, during world scale wars, technology moves faster. And I
Sure.
think that's the concept between Wing Commander 1 and 2, which was very well paced, given that Wing Commander 2 takes place 10 years after Wing Commander 1.
That's
And you
true.
could expect many things to have changed. Of course, Wing Commander 2 and 3, that's what, two years different, and you can't see the same fighter twice. Yeah, that was not that logical, although from a game engine perspective, it has its logic.
Sure.
And it's also the developer's privilege to change anything.
Yeah, that's their universe. Exactly. Now, my favorite fighter of all time is the Dragon from Wing Commander 4.
Who doesn't like the Dragon?
I don't know anyone who has flown the thing and say they don't like it. Might that be in the game at all?
Yes. No. Look, we have a problem with those super fighters because.
But it's so fun.
Okay, yeah. Imagine playing a multiplayer game and having one guy having a dragon against you.
That's true.
What do you do against that? Watch him kill you?
You die is basically what you do. It's all you can do. It's a dragon, for Christ's sake.
Brian, between me and you, I'm gonna give you a secret code. A cheat. This is going to be for both of us, okay? Okay. Don't say anything. It's gonna be for the two of us only, and it will work on the multiplayer too.
Woo-hoo. Now I wanted to ask about that because I mean, what are the plans for the multiplayer? Is it going to be like, can you play stuff co-op? Is it just going to be like a deathmatch / capture the flag stuff?
No. We hope to get to Right now we are in a crossroad.
Okay.
We do at the same time the AI and the multiplayer engine. But
Okay.
as you might have seen up to the point, we don't like leaving things half. We try to polish everything.
Sure.
So if we don't get the multiplayer as we want it, we'll get the single player campaign first.
That's fine.
Now,
That's
our multiplayer idea is a mission-based multiplayer. Of course, we'll have the arena
Ooh.
stuff and team-based stuff, but Wing Commander is Wing Commander. You have to escort ships. You have to strike somebody. Somebody
Right.
has to defend something. That's
Exactly.
the whole point. That's the whole idea we've got behind multiplayer. One team attacks capital ship. The other team has to defend it.
Oh, very nice. Like, I don't know, we just discovered the co-op of Starlancer. We you know, they did. I don't know if you guys have played that one. You probably have.
Yeah, of course, we did.
But back in the day, like, I kind of short sold it because there were so many other games, right? It's like whatever. And
yeah,
like
yeah,
I did,
it was.
it wasn't free space clearly, but it's good. But I never played multiplayer because I was purely anti multiplayer at the time. But a few weeks ago, we played it over multiplayer, and it was amazing how well it worked. I mean,
Well, I used to play Star Lesson multiplayer, but it's been way too many years
but
now.
we were amazed at how just integrated it was with the single player. Like it's the same exact campaign, but now you have humans flying the other ships. It was incredible. Like,
One of the ideas. Sorry,
The problem with the freelancer is that they didn't.
not
they-
Freelancer, Star Lancer.
Star Lancer, you said. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I heard
Starlancer.
freelancer. No.
that's okay. No,
Okay, that was a misunderstanding. Sorry.
no problem. But yes, because we were like, we found a service that lets us play all these older multiplayer games, and we're like, we should give Starlancer a try, and we were just really impressed by how well the multiplayer worked.
Yeah, it was cool. And given that Wing Commander games didn't have multiplayer, I think some Prophecy had some kind of multiplayer. No, it didn't. No, sorry, no, it didn't. So, given that Wing Commander games up until Arena, which is not a Wing Commander game, I'm sorry, guys, but it isn't.
Only Armada, Wing Commander Armada did have some kind of multiplayer capabilities.
That's true, and that was like, wasn't that purely over a modem? If I recall, I don't even know.
Yeah,
I don't even
think
know
so.
if it had.
Well,
I don't even know if it had
I
LAN.
cannot remember. Yeah, I don't remember if you could play it through IPX networking, but I'm not sure.
The guys, someone did a fan made project to upgrade it to IPX SPX if I recall well, and he did it. It's available in Wing Commander News.
Oh, we should check that out. I haven't played Armada in so long. I liked it. I just, and I've never really gone back to it. I like that we can though through GOG. I like that like they have everything now. That's really nice.
Yeah, they've got plenty of stuff there.
Like have you found that interest in your project has increased since more people have access to the original games now?
We, as I told you, we're not very good at marketing our stuff. So the metrics we got, we never follow them. But what we got from the Wing Commander guys is that, they got a serious increase. The Wing Commander News guys, they got some increase in their side from that. So yeah, their side got increase, we got increase.
Oh, that's awesome. I mean, it's so nice that like you can tell people now, oh, you should play the Wing Commander games. Here you go, just go get them. Like
Yeah,
just-
exactly. Don't no DOSBox. Well, you played through DOSBox, but it's more automated, more streamlined experience. So
Exactly,
yeah.
and they don't have to track down the CDs on the eBay or whatever anymore.
Yeah, and the manual, so you can find the crack code, what's the Pilum FF, range, or what's the destructive power of that missile, or whatever.
Exactly. Though it is nice still. Like I still like even like I said, I got rid of the boxes years ago. I still kept all the manuals and stuff. That's important.
Well, the manuals, Wing Commander manuals, that was one of the stuff we wanted to keep up. I don't know if you ever visited our site.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, we got 3 times well, 2 years Wing Commander News Site of the Year, an award for the site, not because of the site itself, but because we tried to create manuals that look similar like the old ones.
Ah,
We make along with the game a magazine called Destiny's Way, which is something like claw marks.
oh.
We have we try to create every now and then for our fighters schematics, blueprints, and stuff.
Where do you find this on your site?
Uh,
Because I'm looking at it right now. I'm looking at your. Oh, I see it. Destiny's Way. There it is. I never actually clicked this. Let me take a look at that.
Yeah, no, nobody does.
Oh, wow. Look at that. Those are beautiful. Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
well, we hope so.
Those are really nice. Oh, and oh, wow. You do have even 2016,
It's
2015.
look, they are not full-blown magazines, but
Sure, of course, but I mean they're beautiful like recreations of that kind of thing. Oh,
you've
yeah,
got
this is
3 or 4 pages with in-game goodies,
oh wow.
some backstories, some Easter eggs, some short story related eventually with the main campaign, stuff.
And somehow we are trying to prepare the whole environment of the universe before we show the main campaign, the story of the main campaign. It's just like an introduction to what they are going to see in the future, the people I mean.
Oh no, this is really fantastic stuff. No, this is great.
We've got also an old school keyboard reference card for you.
I see it. Oh, there it is. Look at that. Oh God, I love those. I love those things. I love those things.
When you were streaming when you first interviewed the Flat Universe, I was just watching the video that you kept crashing around and what this button does, and I was saying to John, he didn't see the reference card.
I didn't. I feel stupid now. This is beautiful. I miss the days where like games would come with an overlay that you would put on your keyboard. Remember that? Like the Microprose games did that.
Yeah,
especially.
exactly.
Yeah, I love this piece of paper. I love them.
Oh yeah, they because all the keyboards were the same back then, so they would just like slide right over your keyboard, and it just added that little bit of immersion.
The classic AT keyboard.
Yeah, exactly. Which I still have. I have one right here.
Cool.
Oh, I love these
excellent
things.
click.
Oh God, the click, click, click. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but
yeah, we get it.
yeah, Hunter, my co-host Hunter hates it. He hates it. He's like, God damn it, Ruben. But yeah. Come on, man. Someone's asking in the chat about something completely unrelated. Like I don't handle that. Anyway, so what? So I'm sorry. I got totally thrown off by that question in the chat room. I apologize.
Don't worry.
This is really beautiful. So is there a place? Let me see. Is there a place on the website? Oh wait, maybe this is it. Where someone could see the goals you have set up to keep track of your goals. Do you have like a?
No.
Okay.
No, actually, we don't. As I told you, a little bit slow on that matter.
Oh no, that's fine. I'm just,
yeah, but we are discussing. We might at some point put one of those if we manage to, regulate our time.
You know what you should do, as a suggestion?
What?
Because I've seen other developers do this. There's a service called Trello. I don't know if you've heard of it. It's a project management system where you set up decks and cards and things for milestones and for tasks and things, and you can make those public. So what you could do is you could have a public Trello board with all your ideas and
well,
the
actually,
milestones.
we've got an internal project management system that we kept for ourselves,
which also works together with our versioning system.
Oh, okay. So maybe make some kind of web output of that project.
Yeah, probably at some point. Yeah, we'll have to do it.
Actually, we've made a lot of times this kind of discussion with John about goals. So I guess we have to do something about that.
People like to see that. I mean, it's tough to set up because you don't want to miss your goals and then have people get upset. But people, that's one of the beauty. Excuse me. I think that's one of the beauties of early access is that people can see all the work you put into making deadlines for yourself and trying to stick to your goals and things like that. I think what I hope about early access and putting stuff like that on the web is that people can see how much work goes into every aspect of making a game. It's not just the programming. It's setting up goals for yourself. It's managing your time.
Exactly. It's a full-blown project.
Exactly.
Not our project. Everyone's project.
Every project. It takes time. It's not just the time it takes to make the game. It's the time you set aside to make the game. It's the time you take to set aside your management of your time. There's so many aspects to making a game that I think a lot of people don't get. A lot of people just think, oh, you just program something and you're done. No.
Yeah, it automatically plays. No, it doesn't.
You actually just push a button, yes.
You just push a button and you have a game. No, there's testing, there's programming, shit breaks, you gotta fix it.
Debugging.
Yeah, exactly. Now, have you guys ever thought of doing anything like Twitch started a thing recently where developers can go on there and live stream their development, like their programming and their debugging and things like that. And that would probably be a good way to do some marketing.
Well, actually, we were expecting to, start twitching things when we got the multiplayer thing. But,
you didn't even have to do multiplayer. You just Twitch your single player stuff. People would watch that. I would watch that.
Well, that's not a bad idea.
Am I wrong? Out there, single player is missed from the people. They do want a good single player game.
Yeah.
They really do. All those multiplayer games out there, someone might really want to just sit down to his house on his box and just play Wing Commander. Just like he did during the 90s.
Exactly. There's definitely a market for good, solid. I was anti-multiplayer for years, and now that I found a good group of people to play with, like Hunter, I'm much more on board with the multiplayer thing. But I still prefer a good single-player game where I could just load up in my own time, play on my own time, and stop playing on my own time and have a good experience. I think, remember, like, every so often someone has predicted the death of single player. Like, all people want is multiplayer.
Nah, I don't think it'll happen.
It won't, because I don't know if you've noticed, but there are a lot of games that are focused on multiplayer that either die real fast or people play them for 2 weeks and then the population dies off and then no one ever plays them. Because it's tough to make a solely multiplayer game or even a game that focuses more on multiplayer, because you gotta have that population. Like, there's a great game. I'm just gonna say its name. It's called God Factory Wingman, and I think It's an arena-based space combat game that looked really cool. By the time I got around to trying to actually play it, no one was playing it, and since it's multiplayer only, I could never play a game.
And it died.
It died. No one buys it, and because people see that no one's playing it, so no one's going to buy it. And it's really a damn shame. Because it looked like a really good game, but because it's so multiplayer-centric, that's all it is multiplayer. Like, what's the point? Like, if no one's playing it. But the thing is, you get a game like, say, Ring Runner, that has both a lot of single-player content plus also very competent multiplayer modes. People are still playing that.
Well, we were thinking initially about adding a co-op feature in our game.
Yeah.
Having the whole campaign or campaigns or whatever played by you and your friend.
Oh, that sounds fabulous if you can pull it off. I mean,
Theoretically, we should.
I mean, that sounds like a lot of work, but I mean, if you can do it, and you don't.
Generally, in my experience, single player games do have more development.
Yeah, because you got to develop
do need
AI.
more work.
Yeah, you got to develop AI. You got to develop scripting for missions. Stuff
AI,
like that.
it's a big headache usually. Then a lot of testing to see how the missions are working, how everything is connected to each other. I mean, it's very difficult to make a single player game. That's why I'm starting to believe that the developers nowadays prefer multiplayer games because it's easier for them. They do buy a good multiplayer platform, they implement it into their game engine, and okay, they start working. It's a single player, it's a total different way of thinking and working with your project.
Yeah, no, totally. Absolutely. I mean, I know a lot more work goes into single player, but I mean, I think it's worth it in the end. I mean, people still play single player games years and years down the line. I mean, look at Free Space 2 for Christ's sake. I mean that game had multiplayer, which no one uses.
Exactly.
But the single player game was so fucking good that people
almost everyone mods it to make something else.
Exactly. And all the mods are pretty much single player.
Exactly.
Because that's what people. I mean, I'm not going to say making a purely multiplayer game is lazy, but there's a part of me that thinks some games are solely multiplayer because you're exactly right. It's easier. You don't have to worry about AI as much.
Well, at the end of the day, for most producers, it gets down to money. So yeah, if I can make something that will have the same appeal or similar appeal with half the effort, why not?
Exactly.
We want to make money in the end, but we don't want to make money. We just want to make the best game we can make. So.
Exactly, because you can't. Sadly, you can't sell this, but that makes sense. I mean,
I think that we probably wouldn't sell this.
Oh, really? Even if you had the opportunity?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. The life is difficult. I know. We might change. I don't know.
I guess he never read an article about how much a development company makes from games. That's why he says that.
No. I mean, I know how much. I understand how much licensing costs. I'm just thinking in like an ideal universe, you'd get the license for like a pittance, and because no one's using the license. I mean, no one's using the Wing Commander license. How much can it cost? I mean, probably a lot, but I mean, it shouldn't cost.
Electronic Arts.
I'm just saying it shouldn't cost that much because this is a game like this is free advertising for their Wing Commander games that they are still selling through GOG.
Not yesterday, the day before, we were watching your stream with the guys who made the Homeworld remaster.
Yeah.
And he said that they bought from the auction the Homeworld license for 1.5 million.
Yeah.
Did I remember well? So they are expensive. I guess Wing Commander license is more expensive than the Homeworld, I guess.
Right, exactly. And I think the Free Space license was even less than that. And I think some random company owns the Free Space license now at this point, and they are doing nothing with it. Sorry, I'm still angry.
Yeah.
But I was just thinking in an ideal world, what would that be like? But yeah, I mean, does the fact that you're doing this as a free project, does that change anything? Does that make it like 1 week? Oh, I don't feel like working on it because no one's paying me for it. Does it weigh a little differently on you than if it was a paid project?
For us, look,
it's the recognition. I believe that everyone wants to get paid for something.
Sure.
if the people out there will recognize our hard work and they love to play our game, okay, that's fine with us.
Right, and that is the key. I mean, the thing about it is, yeah, you're not getting paid, but I mean, clearly the love is there, not only for Wing Commander but for space games in general.
Exactly. That well, I think our goal is not to make money out of it. Our goal is to get it as far as it can get. Uh, well,
Now,
since if people want it, we get it up to private style, the whole universe. We even have plans to make all the systems as they appear in the prophecy map. I don't know if you remember that.
oh yeah,
The whole galaxy thing. Yeah, we have we are in a pre-plan phase of a procedural engine to create all this stuff
oh my gosh,
using some obviously replayable assets, but yeah, make an engine that creates the whole 994, I think, if I remember correct, star systems. But that will depend on how much people are interested in our project eventually. If the interest is up, we'll continue with it. If it is not, we'll get it to a good point and stop it there.
right now. Once this is done, whenever that'll be, I know that's a while, but like, can you imagine yourselves maybe working on a similar game like this, but with your own universe?
Yeah, actually, we do.
That'd be great, because then you could charge for it, and you'd have all the experience.
Yeah.
You'd have all the experience of working on this one.
We were due to our job. We are experienced project managers, but we are not. We were not experienced developers. Not at all.
Right.
We got a lot of stuff, in our face while we started. Right now, we're more experienced than what we were 3 years ago, obviously,
Of course. Of course.
and we managed to move faster. Being a software and a game developer, it's fun. A game developer, software developer, not that much. Uh, it's fun. Yeah, we can see ourselves in the business. It will depend on how real life will treat us in the following years.
Right. But yeah, I can totally see like all the stuff you have planned for this one. You know, if you made it your own universe with even the same feature set, that would still be a great game. You know what I mean?
It would be a great game. I can believe that.
Absolutely.
Of course, listen, there is a very big work that it was already done for us. We have to say that.
True. True.
The concept, the idea, everything is ready.
The lore, yeah, exactly.
Okay, could you imagine how hard it could be for us to start from the scratch? I mean, we are only
yeah.
two guys.
That's true.
But of course, there are plans for the future, and we are always our mind is working around on what we could do after Flat Universe and whatever.
Right. So we should start wrapping up here because I actually do have to get to work. But a couple final questions, like because I can't see what your goals are. Do you have like an actual proposed time frame for when you plan this to be finished, or is it just when it's done?
Well, that's a tough question.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. People want to know that
well,
stuff. That's why
I know. Well, ideally, we want this year to be done with either the multiplayer thing or the AI and mission thing. One of the two.
Right. Okay.
That's the idea. Next year, that's a very rough plan, and we will update it internally. We'll update it monthly, but that's the point. That's the goal right now. If we finish with either one or the other, we'll finish the next year with a hope to wrap it up in 3 years' time, where we will add the final set of features.
Oh, okay. That seems quite reasonable for something you're doing in your spare time while you have a full-time job running your own business and your country is kind of crumbling around you. That seems totally reasonable for a time frame. But I really hope your country stops crumbling around you, because it's sad to read about, and I'm sure it's even sadder to actually be there.
Hey, you'll find it amazing, but after a couple of years here, you get used to it, and you don't. It seems normal.
But that's not something you want to get used to. I hate to say that.
Exactly.
That's not
exactly.
You don't want to get used to that kind of poverty and that kind of destitution and that kind of government mismanagement of funds, and that's not something you want to get used to. That just makes me even sadder, because the more people get used to it, the less resistance there's going to be to it keep it still happening.
That's a long story.
Yeah, I know. The what's the word? Austerity? Is that the word I'm trying to think of?
Yep.
Yeah. The whole Eurozone austerity mess that Greece has fallen into. I don't want to say it's gotten itself into. That's kind of mean, but
Oh, well, we did. Don't worry about it.
Actually, Europe is in a chaos. Greece is in a bigger chaos.
yeah, and hopefully it all works out. I mean, you got a lot of smart people over there in all these countries trying to fix this, so hopefully it does get fixed. But gentlemen, I want to thank you for taking the time out of your busy workday. It's the middle.
Thank you.
It's the middle
Thank
of
you
the
very
day for
much.
you. For talking to me about your game, because I've been playing it. And oh, by the way, one last thing: are you planning on making future versions a little easier? Because I don't know if anyone's watching the video,
Well, look,
but I die a lot.
when we started, releasing our versions, we were expecting people, nagging about this broke and then it froze and stuff. And actually, 90% of them, saying, guys, it's too hard.
Yeah, I did not have one crash. In all the time I've played this, I've never had one crash or one break, which is great. But I die so much. So much death.
Yeah.
There are going to be difficulty levels.
Oh,
there
good.
are going to be. They are planned to be. It's a game in alpha state.
Sure, of course.
Nothing is balanced already. We are trying to show just how it is and what we have already done to the people.
Right.
So in later versions there will be easier gameplay, easier levels to play. So don't worry about that.
I do also kind of love. I was close here. I love how you kind of break the fourth wall a little bit with like the comments on your menus. Like, you thought you were that good? Really? Like, you son of a bitch.
That's John actually. He is speaking.
That's nice. I like that. I like it's playful. It's playful. I like that.
From a kid, when I was losing, he was always saying that. You said you were that good?
Oh,
Win
man.
me? Are you serious?
That is fantastic.
He won't be able to win in Flat Universe, believe me.
Oh,
That's between me and you again.
Well, gentlemen, John and Jim, or Giannis and Dimitris, I want to thank you so much for taking the time to join me to talk about your game. Guys, seriously, this game is free right now. It's in an early stage, but you can download the early access, as they said, alpha version for free just to test it out. There's some training missions in there, and there's some free flight in there. But if you've played any Wing Commander game, as soon as you load this up, you'll be like, damn. God damn. There is love here. There is serious respect for the Wing Commander universe. It's really impressive. So I implore, that's the word I was trying to find. It's still early. I implore all of you guys to check out Wing Commander Flat Universe. It's really, even at this early stage, it's fantastic stuff, and I'm really excited to see this mature to a final release over the next few years. So, gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me. And,
it's been a pleasure.
And everyone...
And it was fun.
Of course it was.
It was fun. That was the whole point. It was fun. And folks, next week, oh God, who are we talking to next week? Next week we are talking to the developer. We're back at the regular time, even though he's in Malaysia, which is impressive. We're talking to the developer of the tactical space combat game Concealed Intent. That's who we're talking to next week, which is also in early access, but it's pretty great. So check that out, and we will see you next week. Gentlemen, again, thank you for joining me. Oh, and by the way, on Thursday, my friends, we'll be playing the multiplayer version of Starfleet Command 2, the Community Edition. We got that working over Evolve, so we're going to duke it out, classic style. So we will see you all then. Gentlemen, again, thank you for joining me. Everyone, thank you for listening and watching, and we will see you next week. Goodbye.